I have so many thoughts when I sit at an appointment at a doctor's office. I'm like, giddy up. I just want to get out of here, get out of there so I could get into here. And when I have to go to the grocery store, do I have to? Well, yeah, having some biscotti with my tea makes me feel I can sit in this harbor uh, without, with a couple of niceties. So I'm at the grocery store and I'm like, I just want to get out of here, and you know. And then there's the Rich Bianculi hyphenated edict to hyphenate the addictions, shitty cities hyphenated shtick. They want me to appeal to when they aren't to, so they can write on to. I'm merely being used as a token pawn to write on to be the dong, to be both the din, the ding, dong. I've got a dong. I win. I ding in dong. I got a dong. Go odd dong. It's independent as God's song. And that's it serves as another distraction. I've got plenty to masturbate on my own time in front of you. Few you. Okay? And Rich Bianculi wants in on this unjustly to use. So he could show proof a roof, a foot, directionally contributing TWHO? I don't think so. Plainly, I don't even hear it. I don't read it on my ledger of Yap appearance. So, I'm going to talk about my appointment today and how it went. I just got back from Dr. Pomeroy, foot and ankle specialist in Portland, Maine, and really happy to meet with him in person because usually I get the other guy, the assistant in training or something, but for my follow-up on my feet, it was really to address, I got new orthotics, toe spacers, new shoes that are wide and will hold my orthotics, thus creating an architecture for my feet. So they're wide enough for two bunions on one foot, so I don't feel the pressure. And I have deduced, taking these actions, that this is now a cosmetic issue if I don't feel the pain. And he said basically the same. In this way, I stole his pen from his big pen from the check-in foyer because I thought it'd be better than TD Banks that shits the bed, after you sign your signature, and then you're left with this false plastic mistake that we get to shore and whore as a sore constantly, because there's no thoughtful follow-through when you give this freely to the hyphenated abuse in a turnstile fashion of any number is godly to proof -t 2. I stole his pen because I wanted a different pen, and I don't know, do you want me to add on to that? It was freely given in my hand when I signed my name for I don't know, What's the newest, latest check-in? I take these meds. I don't have these allergies. I'm here this day at this time. Here's my signature. Everything's divine. I took his pen from the foyer. It's a big one. It's in my it's in my my little shopping bag that I carry my shoes with me for running at the gym, for workouts and whatnot. And the special shoes with the pod-shaped toe space in front for my orthotics and my toe spacers and my bunions. And so in our conversation, he was explaining to me what was going on, and I would finish his conversation. He's like, "You stole my line," and I'm like, "Who stole your pen?" And anyway, we have a good repartee in the sense that I felt it was a glowing compliment. He thanked me for talking with a smart person. And I think it's a glowing compliment because he has pioneered, from what I can see, there's some progressive techniques for foot and ankle surgery, and he has pioneered one where you can actually use pig bone in your arch, and you can rebuild an arch. And I'm not there for arch surgery. I have fallen arches, thus I have the need for orthotics to create that that supporting architecture for my feet as if they had it. And the bunions then, well, this is what we were looking at today. He didn't want me, or he did want me. He wanted me to know that it's not an easy fix, and to not let someone tell me otherwise, that we're just going to shave the bone of the bunion, maybe cut the toe and reposition it so it's straight, because the problem is further up. It's starting here. So the measures that I have taken to get orthotic appropriate shoes and bigger shoes so they're wider to allow for 2 bunions on 1 foot, and the toe spacers, my idea, he liked. He says that there's no loss in time. There's no loss in, do I address this now or later? There's no loss because it's not a simple fix. And I only will come to him then when it's painful, and that's when we do the surgery, and the surgery would be a big deal because they have to fix up into the midfoot the tendon splaying, which is I don't know if it's contributing to the bunions or previous injury. The dog that ran in between my bicycle tires, and I landed on that big toe and it kind of tilted it in. And then my hypermobility in my joints, we tested today. Apparently I'm hypermobile. And so this shifts, it turns, which I'd already assessed my biomechanics. Why am I getting the second bunion on my little toe? And it's because I'm rolling out. I'm rolling out on it. And I noticed my change in balance too, that when I lean on one foot, I tend to keep going. I don't actually recall that. phenomenon. So, what else? Uh, my notes. I can't leave home without paper and returning with notes. And just so you can see, they're not that easy. They're not that easy to read or to keep up with. And this is just in a short time frame. And I have to get back here and figure it out. Fresh is best. Try and follow my scrawling because I'm trying to keep up with the thoughts in my head as I heard them, as I saw them, as I think them, and like, oh yeah, that's a good thought, take it down. And then it's like, draw the connections. Is that an arrow? Is that a hyphen? Is that a tilde? and then I've got enough in my head, on my plate, love, I, at, a T, I ate. And I think it's offensive that Rich Bianculli would stake a nonsense. Forcing me to relate. So he can claim he provided for my straight trait. What's happening here in the unseen, equally with the SEENOWE, now we, I am with the innocent. I have brought it. And you haven't haved it, nor right to edit. On or tone. Okay. So, what's happening here is an artificial demand with hyphens to reclaim reclaim it as thanks. So you're stealing my efface from the me, each, K-E, from the make. From the theme, me makes the meek. And you keep my time as my money in an artificial paradigm of doft, hyphenated to toft, to the hone, I did. The honey. The honey sweet hyphenated P-O hyphenated T. Seen doftly. Okay, it's seen doftly. Highlights today, I have to say, this was really nice. On the way back from the appointment, Minnow rides shotgun in my car. He often looks out, and he's all dapper in his cute little coat with the scarf, and he looks out or he looks at the side. And this is not the first time it happens. When we're sitting at a two-lane light, I'll find the people next to us are, hey, look at that dog. And when I don't know what it is. I'm like, well, I mean, I get Minnow's cute, but all you see is just this little part, but he sits there. He sits there and he takes part and he looks, and people look at him. He's happy to be looked at, or he looks back. And we were driving down the street, and we're going slow, and this girl on the sidewalk, she's doing this, and then I could see that, I presume maybe it was her mother with her. She wanted to get her mother's attention to look at Minnow, And then I'm like, oh, hey, and I'm like, have my hand on Minno's back, and Minno's looking out at her as we're going by, and her mom had a hijab on. She had a purdah, a screen, and if that's her mom, and then she's the child, her daughter, the young girl, as we were going by, and Minno's looking at her, riding shotgun, she threw him exuberant kisses, and I thought that was pretty sweet. Minnow bridges the gap that we would comp LEAT. And what else? Great combo with Pomeroy today. I spoke with him briefly about, with the changing format of my feet. It seems a little surreal, big bump here, then a little bump here, and that's all in a year on the same foot. And you're just like, what? Not looking at designer fashion for feet anymore. In fact, I'm like, that's fucked. Have to be very keen about the shoes I buy. And so that my feet are painful. And what else? I spoke with reference that it made me tentative about using my feet. If using my feet was part of the problem of making them a problem. And I've since recovered that score core, and especially aided with then the iron infusion, because I didn't know I was anemic, to start getting on my feet, in a sense, thoughtlessly. Thoughtless T LYE. As I've always been, just to go and do something. And so I'm happy about that. That's encouraging. It's really kind of a straight black and white and a straightforward prognosis. Use my feet to my delight. Be a smart consumer about the architecture that's now necessary to hold me in my feet comfortably, as with the shoes and the orthotics and the toe spacers, and knowing that the problem, there's no time loss. I don't know if I'm going to have to address this or not. He says I'm young. So maybe he's saying I've got plenty more years to be on my feet. And in those plenty more years, that initial splaying of the tendons can produce and can, produce. They could trend in the direction of needing surgery. Maybe that's what he's saying. So it's not an easy surgery, because even an easy surgery, I would not say is an easy surgery. You shave a bunion, cut a toe bone, reposition it. Take 7 weeks off, depending on your doctor. Then I've got the added bunion on the other side, and they're both produced by two tendons that are splaying from the midfoot. So that's the extra. Straightforward. Have surgery when it's painful, and it's going to be a big deal. So, interesting. What else? I'm moving this. was terribly cute and touching today when that little girl gave the kisses to Minna when we were passing by in the car. I couldn't help but read it as a good omen. O-M-E-N. W with W-O-M-E-N. So W-O-M-E-N-D. Oh, mend. What else? Part of what I wrote today was on the way there. There was a sign, wedding loans. You could get wedding loans. I was just like, at your ban -K -T off -T banked off. You could get wedding loans. WE-D-D-I-N-G dong. I'm in. L-O-A-N parentheses D-S parentheses H-O divided by N -E Y-E-D hyphen H-O-M -E-D. False cell labii. The other thing, shoot, I'm trying to get up to speed here, is aspiration and inspiration. When we speak, there's certain letters that we have to aspire, and there's certain letters where or say when you read, you can it's hard to inspire an H. But when you read, you're in a breathing state, so you are inspiring an H. So my thoughts are starting to climb, limb, the climb, C-L-I-M-E, and climb the limb, see the limb as the climb, by, bin, bind, and bind, combined. The same by is to, B-I, you throw your bin, throw, is your bind. And I think bind, isn't that a vine? A long, flexible stem of a climbing plant, especially the hop. Ho hop. We'll talk more on this. Or, you know, aspire and inspire. Inspire. We write in a way then to aspire across time, in time for higher. But no ho-hopping is being hiring in time. Do you get it? Me as an example primed. I am pled hyphenated and led doffed. The doff prime mover's time. All the time. Toft. Okay. Toft to doffed. Foot toft to doffed. Feet doffed to toft. To oot to toot oft. Toft. Doffed. Against the scene hyphen low t and doffed. Alright, gonna get organized today. Richby and Cooley, I'll get to you when I can. I got your letter you put in the mail that I get to go to court again, that my presence is required. And that's kind of interesting. QUI. Check it. Halt, who goes there? You did not bring anyone fair air, so my presence is required when no one's there. Fuck you. I'll get to you. I'll get to toy you when I can. TWHO. I recognize your letter requires my presence. I believe it's February 13th. I will get something to you before then to let you know I won't be there. And I'll see if I can't get you a letter to give you the opportunity to pay my eye ticket for me. That your time instituted falsely. So we'll get into the details, you know, given time, but you're not my most important paradigm to consult with, or hyphenated con S-O-R-T. Con the cone and so S-O-R-T. So ort it. You've not eaten of the means. So you can't consort it openly to lead. What else? He thinks I just jacked off in my time because he's projecting the fact that he jacked offs. I don't jacked off in my free time. Trying to do your actual J-O-B, jackass. Gets to be seen as primed and dimed. What? Seriously? What the fuck? What the fuck did you jacked off with? The makers. I maker it up. Alright, I'm going back to work. And anything else? I'll try and get this going. Shit. I've got thoughts all going all over the place. It's difficult to try and just harness this shit so you can read it and inspire it and be the hind, the designated hitter, hind. Thine, tin, tine, and hind. Ta, go. To give it a go. To give that a go. A go. Reverse. Reverse before your air. your HEIR, took, G hyphen EAR hyphen TH hyphen D, girth, the head, the hyphenated head. Give it a go, even.